into legend. When God was satisfied with creation, he brushed his hands together, and the crumbs that fell unnoticed from his fingers into the sea formed the Cabo Verde Islands. Marvel at the spectacle brought to you by Mother Earth. Born from the inner fire, sculptured by the wind, all surrounded by water. Cabo Verde, welcome to the heart of the world.
Welcome to Neighborhood Update. The spring and summer months are always a great time in the city of New Bedford. There are quite a number of activities to look forward to. Today you will learn about an exciting expo coming to the city called Hello Cabo Verde. With me today is the chairman of Hello Cabo Verde, Mr. Carlos Medina. Welcome.
Thank you.
And Ms. Jean Costa, who is also chairman of the program committee. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
This is going to be great. Carlos, I'd like to begin with you. And would you speak a little bit about your background? I know that you were born in Cape Verde, and you moved to Portugal after your high school graduation and immigrated to the United States in 1975. Take it from there.
Yes. Actually, I was born in St. Vincent, Cape Verde. I came to the United States in 75. I attended New Bedford High School for one year to get the equivalency. Then I went to SMU, which is now UMass Dartmouth, and graduated from there as a mechanical engineer. And I have been practicing engineering for the last 30 years.
So you are one of many of the success stories about immigration to the United States. Also in the late 70s, you became involved with a group known as Chuba.
Chuba.
Would you please speak a little bit about that?
When we arrived here, of course, Cape Verde, when I say we, I'm talking my family and I, basically Cape Verde was not independent yet. Cape Verde became independent in 1975. So when we arrived, we met people like late Ray Almeida, Salam Matthew. There's also a gentleman, I think his name was a nickname was Paducah. Those were all the gentlemen relative to me and my brothers. We became involved with the organization, which pretty much promoted independence, for Cape Verde, and also wanted to do good things to help with the development of Cape Verde. And we pretty much joined them, and it was a good experience for us.
Well, you were in good company, and that's a good segue into introducing you as the chairperson of Cabo Verde. What is Hello Cabo Verde in your words, and what do you hope to accomplish?
Hello Cabo Verde is an organization, a non-profit organization that was created by Tony Neves. He is the owner of Neves Travel in New Bedford.
Right.
That had a dream to basically promote businesses in Cape Verde. It's an opportunity for us to let the American community, when I say American community, not necessarily just Cape Verdean American, but in general, of the various opportunities that exist in Cape Verde for investment in the areas, primarily in the area of tourism and real estate. So with that in mind, so he created, and here we are today in trying to put together this expo.
This is quite an enormous undertaking, and I know, Jean, you are chairing the program committee. It's a very sizable committee. You've been meeting faithfully at City Hall every Friday. Jean, catch us up to speed on the programming and some of the things that we will see in this expo.
For the expo, there is a lot of different venues that are going to take place. We're going to start out with an opening at the Whaling Museum on the 27th. That's May 27th. And I just want to say, for the sake of Hello Cabo Verde, I mean, that's what we're promoting out there. The opening will be from 6 to 9. And what we'll do is we'll have some presenters and introducing some of the people who are investing in and sponsoring the expo. From there, we'll have a little time in the Jacobs Gallery, which will have some music, some refreshments, and do some networking. On Saturday, it'll begin with the vendors. We'll be there at the waterfront at the State Pier, and we'll have all the vendors present there. And this will be vendors from Cape Verde and here in the United States. And the vendors, we're going to be, they're going to be promoting investment, tourism, the stock exchange, banking, all of the different segments of promoting Cape Verde, because as we know, with the Millennium Challenge Account Grant and with the different acts that have been helpful to Cape Verde to begin to promote tourism there, we have accomplished a lot in Cape Verde in the last 10 or 15 years. But more recently, with the Millennium Challenge account, it's doing a lot there with infrastructure, tourism. We have 4 international airports now. So that's going to be part of that Saturday, what we're going to be hopefully promoting for the people here in New Bedford, and hopefully people from across the state will join us. In the evening, on that evening, we'll also, and the Ernestine will be involved in this because they will have hopefully a tent there, and they will be, giving people little tours and stuff, and having conversation about what the Ernestine is doing. On Saturday, I'm hopeful that we'll be doing a book signing with my father's book, The Making of the Cape Verdean, and after that, we're going to have a youth dance at the Fisherman. Okay, and then segue into the next day. Again, we're going to offer people coming from Cape Verde information on the churches. So if they want to do worship on Sunday, we're going to provide that information. And that again will be, the vendors will be at the waterfront. We're looking to have an exhibit at the Coca-Cola Gallery for Bella Duarte, who is from San Vicente, his native land, and his island rather. And Bella, who her work is just phenomenal. She works with tapestry, weaving, acrylics, and we're just really hoping that Bella will be able to join us here. The different bands, there will be a band representing each island, and we're also looking to have tables with exhibits for each island as well. So that's all of Saturday and Sunday, and we're going to end this with a gala at the Fisherman again, and that will be the closing of everything. But there's going to be so many different things going on. We're going to have carnival, we're going to have food vendors, and I just want to say that we have a great committee. Carlos heads up the planning committee. I head up the subcommittee for planning and program. And we have a media group, we have registration group, we have
basically the logistics,
volunteers, logistics,
marketing, pretty much seven.
Well,
a total of 7 subcommittees.
In order to do something of this magnitude, you really do need a lot of hands to pull it off successfully. And we know that it will be a successful event. Are you still looking for volunteers, or if somebody wanted to purchase a booth, for example, a vendor, how would they go about that?
We want to talk about the website.
Yes, there is a website that they can go and provide all that information. It's hellocapverde.com.
Okay, we will make sure we get that on the screen.
It's available, and there's lots of information for volunteers because as a matter of fact, it is a volunteer form that should be at this point on the website that people can download and fill out and send it to the respective subcommittee chair.
and Eva Brito is actually handling the volunteers. And I just want to say, one of the most important things that I want to say about the programs, we're going to have workshops at the Fairfield Inn. And the workshops are going to be on investments, going to be on tourism, and a couple of others that, like Cabo, for instance, will come down and do a workshop. We're focusing in on the youth as well. We want to make sure the youth here connect with the youth there and talk about investment and talk about, you know, how they can become involved in this, because it's very important. You know, we as in our, I want to say my age group, you know, I've invested in the Fast Ferry there, and I think it was a wonderful opportunity for me. So, and the Fast Ferry will be here as well. So we have a lot of different areas to cover. But we want to promote Cape Verde because New Bedford was, as you know, this was the hub. This is where Cape Verdeans first came. And they came because of the whaling. So now this is why the Expo is being held here, because this was the beginning. And we want to make sure that people understand that Cape Verde is blossoming. And I think in everything that everybody's involved here, we all have that same passion, the passion to promote Cape Verde.
And speaking of the connection between New Bedford and Cape Verde, will there be dignitaries from Cape Verde that will come and will be traveling here for the exhibit, and who will be coming?
At this point, we don't have yet the names, but at least we definitely will have the presence of the ambassador of Cape Verde, Ambassador Fatima Vega, and most likely there will be the General Counsel of of Cape Verde from Boston, and we still the General Counsel is basically working with Cape Verde to see who else, probably Minister of Tourism, but those again yet to be confirmed.
Okay. So it sounds, Jean, as though there will be something for everyone at this expo.
Absolutely. We're hoping that the youth come and enjoy that music, because once they start off with Carnival and each island is represented, they're going to demonstrate different dances, and I know that, some of the older dances that I wasn't really aware or knew about. I mean, I kind of heard about them growing up, but to see, like we have Raquel and Emmanuel Dias, who are both the president and vice president of the Cape Verdean Association. Their group is very much involved in this, and so they're going to bring another element, and they're going to bring something that I think people here are going to be very surprised to see. And of course, we want people to know that this isn't just for Cape Verdeans, it's for everybody.
And that's a very good point, Jean. In terms of renting booths, do you have to be Cape Verdean to rent a booth, or is it open to anyone to rent, any vendor to rent a booth?
Basically any vendor. As a matter of fact, we are encouraging American businesses to be present, because we want to afford the Cape Verdean businesses an opportunity to connect with American businesses, entrepreneurs, so that that connection can grow even further, way beyond the expo, because that is really one of the key goals, or one of the primary objectives that we like to accomplish with this expo, is by the time that just about any vendor from Cape Verde has traveled over here, that they will at least leave America with some major contacts that hopefully will help grow their business, vice versa. Like for example, in the area of tourism, we are hoping that there will be in the future packages for tourists from the United States, to go to Cape Verde, with the type that they do right now, like in the Caribbean, like all-inclusive, so that those are the areas that, again, that is one of our key objectives, and that's how we hope to be measured as a successful expo.
And I just want to make a point, because I think this is very important to let folks know that the Mayor's Office, Economic Development, all of these people are partnering with Hello Cape Verde Expo, and they've been very helpful. And so we have a lot of we have the consulate, the Cape Verdean consulate, and other people, and we just don't want people to know that it's just a little group doing this. It's everybody. We're all coming together.
As I said earlier, in order to do something of this scale, you really do have to have many partners. So that's good that you brought that up, Jean. Carlos, why now? Why is now a good time for this expo?
Well, we again, I got to credit Tony Neves for thinking about this for quite a while. And we started thinking of the various times within the calendar year. And we felt that Memorial Day was probably the best weekend, because it's not the 4th of July weekend, which could coincide also with the 5th of July weekend, which is the Cape Verde Independence Day. So we all got together, and May turns out to be I believe, the best time, because we believe there are a lot of students and other folks that might be back from college, from other areas where they are. So we think May will be the prime time for really having a good crowd over there.
And no, I wanted, because I'm trying not to forget anything, but I want to talk about the flag raising. Do you want to talk about that?
Oh yes, like Jeannie said, the ceremony will start at 6, but we do have at the City Hall, in front of the City Hall, a flag raising ceremony that right now I think it's scheduled between 11 to 12 p.m. That's on a Friday. And of course, there we hope to have, all the dignitaries that are coming from Cape Verde, along with the Mayor Lang, who Jeannie said has been extremely supportive of this event, and hopefully other local politicians and dignitaries of the area.
Excluding Cape Verde, you probably have the largest population of Cape Verdeans in South Coast Mass. Certainly we know of the culture, the foods, the people. Will you be taking this expo to other cities so that there is to increase the knowledge of Cape Verdeans within the United States? And if you are taking it to other cities, what cities?
As of right now, to be honest with you, the thought had crossed my mind, but we are trying to reach all the Cape Verdean communities throughout the United States. So we are hoping that by reaching out to them, by providing a website and by sending emails to people that will eventually, forward the emails to friends that they know that are living, for example, in the Washington, D.C. area, and in other areas where we know that there are Cape Verdeans living, that they would hopefully take this opportunity to come and spend the weekend. And that's the reason that we think also that Memorial Day weekend, a lot of people will be hopefully in the area and will have the opportunity to join us.
And I would also like to add that I do know that they're doing something in Atlanta, Georgia, kind of on the similar, maybe not, they're calling it Cape Verde World, I think, International. And also, Marcy DePina and her group are going to be doing something in New York, I think, in June, which is like a Cape Verde Expo focusing more on the music. But so it's like a renaissance, and it's starting to have this, its own rhythm, and it's like a movement going on, so if you will. But with this expo, like Carla says, that we're hoping that people will take this to another level and say, you know what, we need to, because what we're doing is showcasing our culture. And you know that when you can go to areas of the country, people say, what is a Cape Verdean? So it's about time that people really got to see who we are and what we bring and what we brought to this country.
And it's a win-win for all within the community, because we all benefit from the music, the food. We all appreciate that and enjoy it. Speaking of music, can you speak about any special musical performances that might be going on during that weekend?
As of right now, I think for the gala, there is, I would say probably 95%, if not to say 100%, that the Luda would be performing. Luda is a Cape Verdean singer that lives in Portugal, but it's known throughout the world. She has actually performed here in the United States, more precisely at I think the Zaitira theater. So we are about, not to say 100% at this point, but that she's going to be the main performer, at the gala dance. we're also going to have, we're trying to work on an artist that for the youth on a Saturday. That hasn't yet been home in, but we hope to have it, very soon. As a matter of fact, hopefully by the end of the program, or when the program goes on the air, that we should have the name of the artist.
Well, I'm
Right,
sure
and-
there are folks watching this program today, and there may be some young artists out there that might be interested. And if folks are interested in contacting anyone from this committee, what number should they call?
They can get the number on the website.
Yeah.
They can get the number on the website. But I also want to say that all of the islands, as I said before, will be represented by a band, even if they're not from Cape Verde. They may be some from Cape Verde, but locals, and we're naming that after each island. And we're also having one for the diaspora.
Okay.
And so that's like the 11th island.
Yep.
And that'll be, I think, we have Candida, we've got Tiny, Tavaz, and Tem Blessed. So all of our people right from here,
Super.
they'll be representing New Bedford. But as far as the phone number, Tony Neves, that's kind of like our base. So they can call Neves Travel.
And what is the number? Does anyone have the number handy? We could put
We'll
it
have
up
that
our
on the
screen.
flyer. Is it on? I think you might have that on that flyer.
We'll get it up on the screen
yeah.
for you.
Yeah, it's on the flyer.
But definitely the website, because the website's going to have everything on there, the volunteer form, the packet for vendors, and any other information. And if people are still interested, I mean, we have committees that we're still, as far as the volunteer committee, we still need people on
Need
there.
volunteers.
Because we're going to have, another thing I want to mention too is because we do understand that Route 18 is going to be under construction. So we're going to be needing volunteers just to help to maneuver people around the city, especially people coming from out of town.
So anyone that is interested in volunteering for this event, they can do so through the webpage.
Through the webpage, there's a volunteer form, questionnaire that it's available, and there's also who to contact. Like Jeannie said, Eva Brito she's the chair of the
Right.
volunteering committee. So we actually definitely looking for volunteers.
And lastly, Carlos, being a native of Cape Verde, we began the discussion by speaking about tourism as the primary focus of this initiative. Would you tell our listening audience why they should travel as a tourist to the islands of Cape Verde?
There are many reasons. We have, for example, untapped beaches, where I guess to some extent the fact that the place is not overdeveloped, so you've got some beautiful beaches available. You got the island of Boa Vista, you've got the Maio, you've got Sal. Of course, you've got the other islands for different types of tourism. But the other reason also, believe it or not, it's very close. Cape Verde has never been so close to the United States. It's a 7-hour, sometimes a 6.5-hour flight directly from Boston, twice a week. I think, and the price is reasonable. And the
average price would be?
About $775.
And TACV is another partner with us on this
that's right,
too.
yes, yeah. And the other main reason, it's also throughout the whole year. As you know, the weather in Cape Verde it's either warm or super warm, so it's available. And the people there are very friendly. They're always welcoming newcomers, because they realize that Cape Verde, to some extent, needs tourism to help, launch it to the next level. So,
And Jean, I know you've been a
I just
frequent
came
flyer.
back not too long ago, and I have to tell you, I mean, there's nothing like sitting out on the beaches in Cape Verde. Well, the first time I went to Boa Vista, I could not believe the beauty of the water. I mean, it was just like you're looking through, like glass. I mean, the water was so blue and so serene, and it's a different pace than here. Everything is just kind of easy going,
Still
almost too easy.
underdeveloped.
But but it's wonderful. I mean, every person that I know that never been to Cape Verde and went for the first time, you get very emotional. You step off that plane in tears. I mean, it's just something that you don't expect, but it happens because you know you're home. You know you're home.
I go back a lot, but it's still I have that same feeling. I says, I don't know what is it about this place that just brings out the emotion, aspect of it, So,
Absolutely.
Well, I think that's great. We're all looking forward to this fabulous weekend. Cape Verde is a sister to New Bedford,
Right.
and it's so appropriate that this expo is happening here first. And we're all looking forward to it, and I thank the both of you for dropping by today to discuss this. Is there anything else before we close that we missed that either of you would like to add?
Please come.
Yeah, I'd like to again emphasize the dates. It's May 27th through May 29th. Again, it's the Memorial Day weekend, so we are hoping to have as many as 5,000 to 10,000 people coming through and see what the vendors from Cape Verde can offer and vice versa. So it's an opportunity of a lifetime, so we are counting on the support of the Americans and everyone else to be there.
Great, and I'm sure it will be a huge success. Thank you both for coming today.
Thank you, Marcy.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next month on Neighborhood Update.
Thank you.
Thank you so
It's
much.
a pleasure.
Thank you, Marcy. Appreciate it.
Cabo Verde is at the center of the world. It is where all the world routes cross and meet. It is a country of freedom and opportunities. A country where everyone can grow and prosper. It is therefore worth learning about and experiencing. Our islands of Cabo Verde. 10 islands and 8 islets form this fascinating archipelago. Santiago is the largest island and home to the capital Praia, the biggest city of Cabo Verde, and the business and administrative center. Few places in the world are as spectacular as Fogo. The whole island is a huge volcano emerging from the sea. Boa Vista is the sunbather's paradise, with spectacular unspoiled beaches and excellent conditions for all kinds of water sports. Brava is the smallest, the wettest, and the greenest of the islands. It has beautiful and peaceful villages and deep valleys, along with a stunning mountain range. Sun is the major tourism destination. The whole island is surrounded by magnificent white sandy beaches and crystal clear water. Santo Antão provides the most dramatic scenery. The stunning, extensive mountain range divides the island in two. The grey ribbon-like road twists and turns over volcanic ridges and across deep gorges, providing breathtaking views in every direction. Mayo is peaceful and quiet, a paradise where you can get away from it all. Desert-like landscapes, small oases and vast, deserted, unspoiled, awesome beaches, all surrounded by turquoise water, which will make you feel closer to heaven than ever. São Vicente is home to Mindelo, known as the cultural capital of the archipelago. Located in a picturesque bay, it is full of music and rhythm, and home to the liveliest carnival of the country. São Nicolau is quiet and peaceful, full of lovely villages and deep valleys with colonial-style houses. It remains quite unspoiled. Walking through these islands is like giving a blind man eyes.